Hello students, welcome to YouTube channel Vidya for Success. Dear students, from this video, let us consider a new concept, pointers. Every computer has a primary memory, that is RAM. All data and programs need to be placed in the primary memory for execution. So, before understanding pointers in detail, we need to have a thorough idea regarding how a memory representation is done in a computer. Primary memory will be, let us consider that we are having around 1 kilobyte of memory. So, 1 kilobyte is nothing but which is equivalent to 1024 megabytes. Okay, so let us say that we are having a 1 KB primary memory, that is RAM. So, what is 1 KB? 1 KB is equivalent to 1024 megabytes. So, here a RAM will be having 1 kilobyte RAM will be having 1024 memory locations. So, these memory locations are closely packed next to each other. That is nothing but we will be having around 1024 block of contiguous memory locations. So, we will be having memory locations of this nature. So, these memory locations are placed next to each other. That's why they are referred as contiguous memory locations. And these memory locations, they will be having their addresses. So, please notice here, let us say that the first memory location is referred by the memory address 0. Next second location is referred by the address 1, and third location is referred by the address 2, and it goes on. So, we are having totally memory address from 0 up till 1023. Nothing but we are having totally how many locations are available in 1 kilobyte RAM? Totally we are having 1024 locations. So, for each location there is a unique address. Okay. So, next followed by this, in a location, one memory location, we can hold only 1 byte of data. We cannot hold more than 1 byte of data. So, for let us say that we want to hold, let us say 5 bytes of data, then we have to consider 5 memory locations. Okay. So, this is how memory within the computer is represented. So, once again I repeat, let us say that we are having 1 kilobyte of or 1 KB of RAM. So, 1 KB of RAM will be having 1024 memory locations. Each locations will be having its own unique addresses. So, this is how the memory is represented in computer. After understanding the concept of memory representation, now let me take up an example. Let us say that there are three friends. So, here there is a student, or else you can consider him as a person or a boy, Raghav. So, Raghav wants to visit Gaurav's home. But the problem with Raghav is it doesn't know what is the actual route to go to Gaurav's place. So, that's why Raghav is taking the help of Abhay. So, what is the responsibility of Abhay here? So, the actual responsibility or the task of Abhay is to help Raghav to reach Gaurav's place. So, here Abhay will be helping Raghav to go to Gaurav's place. Nothing but here in this case, Abhay is acting as a pointer. He will be directing or else he will be guiding Raghav to reach to Gaurav's place. Nothing but he is a pointer. He points Raghav to Gaurav's place, to Gaurav's house. So, here also why I have taken this analogy is, here with the concept, the beautiful concept of pointers, we will be storing addresses of other variables, and with the help of these addresses we can manipulate data, we can access data present at different locations. So, with this example, let me take you forward. So, what is a pointer? So, let me consider here a variable x. So, it is an ordinary variable, as you can notice here. So, it is an ordinary variable of type integer. So, let us say that the variable x is holding the value 36. So, we have assigned the variable x with the value 36. Now, as I told you earlier, computer RAM will be having different memory locations. So each location will be having the ability to hold only 1 byte of data, not more than 1 byte of data. So here x is an integer. So integer will consume how many bytes of data? Normally they will consume 2 bytes of data. So here the variable x will be assigned with 2 bytes of data. So nothing but the compiler will assign 2 bytes anywhere. It is left to the discretion of the operating system and the compiler. We cannot guide, we cannot take the responsibility of assigning the exact memory. So it is all left to the discretion of the operating system and the compiler. So the compiler will be allocating memory to the variable x somewhere in a pile of memories. Okay, next, as I told you earlier, each location will be having its own addresses. For example, the first location is referred by the address 522. Second location will be referred by the address 523, and it goes on up till 530. Okay, so I have taken a part of the memory location. Next, so here let us say that the compiler has allocated the address 523 to the variable x. Okay, as soon as I declare the variable, the compiler will allocate a memory location. It all depends upon the operating system and the compiler. So here the compiler, let us say, it has assigned the address 523 to the variable x. So here the variable x is assigned with the value 36. Nothing but the variable x is holding what value? It is holding the value 36. Fine. Now here x is a variable. Now let us consider a pointer variable. It is referred by PTR. Okay, here I have called pointer variable by the name PTR. So pointer, again, as soon as I declare a pointer variable, again the operating system or the compiler will assign an address to it. So what is the address of the pointer variable? The address of the pointer variable is 529. Okay, so the address of the variable x is 523. The address of the pointer variable is 529. Now using pointer, I can access the value stored at the variable x. Okay, so using the pointer variable, we can use the variable value. That's why here the pointer variable is pointing to the address of the variable x. Here the pointer variable PTR is pointing to the variable x address. Variable x is having address 523. So here the pointer variable is storing not any value, it is storing the address of another variable. So here it is storing the address of the variable x. So what is the variable x address? 523. So a pointer variable is pointing to x, nothing but pointer variable is holding the address of x, that is 523. So with this idea, I can move forward. Now I can say pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable in memory. Okay, so this is the definition, formal definition of pointers. So what is pointer? Pointer is not an ordinary variable. In pointer you cannot hold integer value, you cannot hold character, float values, but pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Okay, we can have any number of variables. If you want to hold the address of another variable, then we will be considering a pointer variable. Okay, next question. How many addresses a pointer variable can hold? A pointer variable is having the ability to hold only one address, not more than one address. Okay, so that is what pointer means. Next, declaration of pointers. As we know, in our program, before using variables, we will be declaring them. In the same fashion, if you want to use a pointer variable, they need to be declared before using them. So what is the syntax? What is the general format of declaring the pointer variables? So the syntax goes like this. First, we need to say what is the data type to which a pointer variable is pointing to, followed by asterisk symbol, which will be a prefix symbol, okay, followed by which we will be using a pointer variable name, and it will be terminated by semicolon. So this is the general format or syntax of pointer declaration. So what does it mean? It says that the pointer variable is pointing to a certain data type. Once again, I come up with a definition. What is a pointer? Pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Okay, it will be holding address of some other variable. So here, what is data type indicating? What does it indicate? It indicates pointer variable is pointing to, it is holding address of which type of variable, whether that variable is integer or whether it is a character or float. So it is indicated with the data type. Okay, next, for always it is customary and mandatory to consider an asterisk symbol before taking a pointer variable name. Okay, so always after considering the data type, it will be followed by asterisk symbol, next followed by that pointer variable name semicolon. In case if there are more than one pointer variable, then the same format, data type followed by asterisk pointer variable 1 comma pointer variable asterisk pointer variable 2 comma asterisk pointer variable 3 comma dash dash asterisk pointer variable and semicolon. Okay, so within one statement also we can declare any number of pointer variables, but here I have considered only one pointer variable declaration. Now let us consider some examples. So please notice here, I have gone with declaring a pointer variable of type integer, int asterisk iptr. Okay, so what is a pointer name? Here pointer name is iptr. How can I say that this is a pointer? Because by noticing the asterisk symbol. If this asterisk symbol is not present, if it is not kept as a prefix, then this iptr will become an ordinary variable. So with the asterisk symbol, we can differentiate whether it is an ordinary variable or it is a pointer variable. So here iptr is a pointer variable. Pointer variable pointing to which type of data? It is pointing to an integer variable. Nothing but iptr pointer variable will be holding address of a integer variable. That is the meaning here. Okay. Next, here fptr is a pointer variable. How can I say that? Because here there is an asterisk symbol. Okay, so here fptr is a pointer variable. It is pointing to a floating point variable. Nothing but fptr will be holding address of a floating point variable. Similarly, cptr is also a pointer variable. It will be holding an address of a character variable. Okay, so this is very important. There should not be a mismatch. In case if a pointer variable is pointing to an integer variable, then both integer variable and the pointer variable, the data type should match. Okay, in case you cannot go with a pointer variable of float type cannot point to address of an integer variable. You cannot have a character pointer variable pointing to a integer normal variable. It cannot hold the address of an integer variable. So there should be a matching. Okay, so this is the procedure. This is a syntax of declaring a pointer variable. Always it begins with the data type. Data type can be integer, character, float. It can be anything. But for our syllabus, we are considering integer, float, character, followed by that asterisk symbol. It indicates that we are considering a pointer, and it will be having a identifier, that is pointer variable name, and it will be terminated by semicolon. Next, pointer variable assignment. So what do you mean by pointer variable assignment? As I told you, pointer is used to hold the address of another variable. Okay, so in case in our program, if we are using a pointer variable, then we need to point that pointer variable to some other variable so that it can hold the address. So that procedure will be described here. Okay, so pointer variable assignment. So how we are going to assign it? Please notice here, first we are considering the data type, followed by the pointer variable name, followed by semicolon. So what it is? It is the syntax of a pointer variable declaration. Now let us say that now I have declared a variable. How can I say this is an ordinary variable? Because there is no asterisk symbol here. Okay, so it is an ordinary variable. So num is an ordinary variable of type integer, and it is holding the value 25. So pictorially, please notice here, let us say as soon as this particular statement is executed in C++ programming, the compiler will allocate some address to the variable num. So what is the variable name? Num. What it is holding? Holding value 25. And what is the address? Some address 0x like that 8fc dff4, some hexadecimal address. Usually address can be in some systems they will be in integer, non-signed integer. Sometimes they will be a hexadecimal. It all depends upon the type of system we are using, whether it is a 32-bit system or 64-bit system. It all depends. Okay, so here we have declared a variable. So after declaring a variable, next thing is now we have declared a pointer variable. So this is the syntax of pointer variable, correct? Okay, so please notice here, first I have said data type integer. Next I have gone with asterisk symbol, so followed by the pointer variable name IPTR. Yes, so followed by semicolon. So after declaring a normal variable, now what I have done? I have declared a pointer variable, and pointer variable of what type? Integer type. Nothing but the pointer variable is having the ability to hold the address of a variable of type integer. Okay, next, so followed by this declaration, the compiler will also allocate a address for a pointer variable. Please notice here. So now compiler will allocate some address for the pointer variable ptr. Okay, so later on, followed by this is very important. This is called as assignment. This statement ptr is equivalent to ampersand num. So this particular symbol is referred as ampersand. Okay, or we refer it as ampersand symbol, and this is called as address operator or address of operator or reference operator. Okay, this ampersand symbol is referred as reference operator or address of operator. So we in this topic we are talking about this pointer variable assignment. We have declared a normal variable, we have declared a pointer variable, but what is the use? Now the pointer variable should hold the address of the normal variable. Nothing but the pointer variable should point to the address of the normal variable. So how that can be done? By this statement. Okay, so that's why here I've written ptr is equal to ampersand num. Nothing but for the pointer variable we are assigning the address of the normal variable. Okay, we are pointing pointer variable to the variable num, by which we are holding the address of the pointer ordinary variable. So now the pointer variable is holding address of the normal variable. As you can notice, the same address it is holding. Once again I will be coining the definition of pointer. What is pointer? Pointer is a variable which holds the address of another variable. As you can notice here, it is holding address, not any other value. It can hold only address. Not, apart from that it can't do any other operation. It can't hold anything else. Okay, so here once again I will be explaining it to you. First we have declared an ordinary variable. This followed by that we have declared a pointer variable. Followed by that, for the pointer variable we are assigning the address of a variable. Okay, here both pointer variable and ordinary variable data type should match. Here both are integer, then only we can assign, or else you cannot assign, then there will be an error. So ptr equals ampersand num. So this statement is referred as pointer variable assignment. I hope you have understood this.